someone comes up and is like, I'm a Gemini, and then I'll skip to Gemini, and I will timestamp all the zodiac signs in the description box. You'll be able to jump to the one that you are, unless, like if you are a cusp sign, I'll do your cusp sign if you bring it up. But if you're not here for that, then you're probably not going to get that zodiac sign. Remember, the future is not set in stone, so any predictions that I make are subject to change, but hopefully you will resonate with this. Good morning, Tammy. Today we're going to do zodiac predictions, so I'm not really focusing on questions. Hi, Kesvin. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you guys. So what are your Sagittarius, Capricorn, Cusp. So I'll start with that one. Hopefully I'll get to all of them, but I am a little tired today. So I'm excited. Okay, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Cusp. And remember, I will timestamp everything below for those of you who tune in later. All right, let us see what is in store for you. Now, this is going to be for the next couple months. It could just be this month, but we'll see what is coming through. Sagittarius, Capricorn, Cusp. Ooh. I already got the Naga. This is giving me manifestation of money, of wealth, but you have to be careful about strings. You don't want strings attached to that. What are the conditions behind that? So this is a sign that this is a very materialistic time for you. I feel like this could be money coming in or you receiving a gift. You just have to be careful about where is this coming from and what is expected of you in return. Are there strings attached to this gift? So let us see. I feel like you've been biding your time. You've been waiting for the right time to do something. And now is that time to shoot your shot. This is the time. If you've been planning ahead, if you've been waiting for the right time. The thing about the archer is the archer is just waiting with his arrow, right? Or her arrow. This isn't about gender. And the archer is about waiting and basically they're not going to shoot the arrow until they have it lined up perfectly. And I feel like that's kind of where you're at now. Things are lining up for you so that you can go after what you want. This is exciting. And I'm also feeling that this is also a time where maybe those gifts that are coming through, the money that's coming through, is that you will, these are things that manifest as you shoot your shot, things align for you. I'm seeing a lot of things aligning for you. Be careful of who you trust. Be careful of people who are offering you things that seem a little too good to be true. The dragon. So I feel like your confidence is at a high. This is a time where I feel like, the dragon represents the solar plexus. So this is a time where you feel like things are thriving for you, where you feel a sense of self, a sense of confidence. No one is going to mess with that. No one is going to rock that. This is your time to shine, literally. You have the capacity to do whatever your heart's desires because everything is lining up for you. With the poet, this is also giving me some creativity. So maybe there's some creative endeavors that for, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Cusp, Sagicorns it's time for that to manifest. The poet is naturally romantic. This could be romance coming through for you. And I'm seeing, let's see. I'm seeing December being a very important month. I know that's kind of far away, but this is giving me December. And that could also have to do with that, winter birthday energy, right? Sagittarius, Capricorn. So December is giving me some vibes. I also am seeing a woman with blonde hair. This person clearly is going to have an impact here. This person, this could be blonde, it could be white hair or gray hair, but I'm seeing blonde hair. And I keep getting win. I'm winning. You know, I keep seeing that I'm winning at life. Exactly, your birth month. I love how that came up and it's your birth month. Confirmation. I'm seeing a win for you. This is a time where you are thriving, where you are winning at life. I'm seeing whatever you're worried about losing. I see achieving that. I see achieving the win. Let me see what the dice have to say. Okay, some signs or energies coming through are Pisces. Ooh, yes, Pisces energy. Lots of Pisces and Leo. And this is a very, when those two signs are combined, this is a very like playful energy. So you might be very inspired this month to create, to do what you need to do, to be creative. It also feels like I'm getting like words, just like somebody may be trying to serenade you or speak to you. And this is my, reading for Sagittarius, Capricorn, Cusp in general, but this feels very romantic. Maybe someone's writing you a letter, but I see you receiving words. I keep hearing tip of the tongue, tip of my tongue. So something might be at the tip of your tongue to say or to come out. Wow. Some things I would focus on are some solar plexus exercises, things to do with confidence, maybe yoga poses that have to do with the solar plexus, a lot of yellow, a lot of crystals that are tuned into the solar plexus if you're trying to balance that out and work on that. But overall, I feel like you have to be careful about your ego getting too big here because this is going to be a moment of happiness. Yellow contacts, that is the coolest. That is so cool. I wish I could see that. That is really cool. I love colorful contacts. They're awesome. Is it like bright yellow? Okay, well that's really pretty. That sounds really beautiful. I got wings. You never needed those wings to fly. It's like anything, I feel like the training wheels are coming off. You don't need what you think you need to survive, to thrive, because you are perfectly capable of doing it yourself. You have a lot of power within you. And this is a time of confidence, of letting go of those insecurities, letting go of those things that you feel are holding you back. I freaking love this for you. Let me see if I get any runes coming through. Ooh, Awaz. This is a rune of transformation, of things ending and new beginnings, of rebirth. So you could literally feel like there's a new start, the end of you just waiting for things to happen, and now you're actually going for it. And your arrow is aiming true, right? So I would say this is a very positive reading. Let me see if I can get some more cards here. I have all my cards right beneath me. Sometimes I just pull them out when they feel necessary. Okay. This is another message for you. Whatever you have been feeling blocked by, I see that just being a temporary thing. It may feel like it's not just that things have not been aligning. It may feel like there are literal blockages, but I feel like that is temporary. That's going away. So this is a really positive reading. I hope that this was fun and helped. I'm going to move forward. So, Kesvin, we're doing Taurus next. Are you still there? Yay, have a beautiful day to you as well. Okay, Taurus is next. I'm actually going to write these down because if not, I'm totally going to forget them. 1 second. I love how I had my notebook right next to me this whole time. Hi, Harshita. We're doing Zodiac readings today. All right. So we did Sagittarius, Capricorn, Cusp, Sagicorn. Now we're going to do Taurus. And I'm seeing Pisces. Wait, what is it? Christina, I'm seeing Pisces cusp. What cusp are you on? Aquarius Pisces or Pisces Aries? Let me know. Hi. Oh, I thought it says cusp. Okay, so Pisces is after Taurus. So Harshita, I'm prioritizing the zodiac signs today. We're doing zodiac sign readings. So yes. So if you want to add what your sign is, you're Leo Virgo Cusp. That's right. Leo Virgo Cusp. So I have to do that after Pisces since I already did that. Leo Virgo Cusp. All right, y'all. Perfect. Taurus. I'm excited for this one because I've got a lot of Taurus in my chart. All right, Kesvin. Remember, this is for all Tauruses, and I will post the timestamps below. All right. Yes. Taurus. Ooh. I love how I got the brownie. This card has been coming up a lot for me lately. And it has a lot to do with your hard work and responsibilities. But it also has to do with cleaning and organizing. So this might be like a spring cleaning month for you. This might be a time when you're organizing your life. Let's see what else is coming through before I continue. Ooh, okay. Interesting. I love this. Okay, so this is giving me like a lot of need to focus on what matters, focus on your energy, focus on what is making this time a thing, like what is making you thrive in your life. I feel I'm getting a lot of desires to be productive, to focus on your responsibilities, and to not let things get to you. You know, this feels like external events are not able to get to you. And that's very important because you have a purpose. I'm seeing a purpose for you. You know, this desire to thrive, this desire to thrive, and some of it can be intellectual. I feel like you have a lot of like maybe things you're studying or things you're trying to do, but how can you consolidate that and make that into something? Yes, exactly. I feel like you've been very focused on your own needs, and it's really hard for you to focus on other people's needs. And that is coming through for you. There's like a determination here, a determination to get things done, determination. And sometimes that means being obedient even when you don't want to be, like doing things just because you have to. So I'm curious to see what else comes through. Let me see. I kind of have all my cards spread out on this table. Ooh, I love this. The otter always comes out when it's time for play. You have to balance this need for hard work, but this need for silly, this need for play. And I see a lot of people tempting you to play, to have fun, to go for it. So you're going to have to find that balance between like that determination, that productivity, but also like, how can I have a blast while doing that? How can I find the little things? And it's not just about creating a life that has that balance, it's about making it sustainable. How can you make a sustainable lifestyle that has that fun and has that productivity? Because what I'm seeing is you struggle with keeping that up. You're struggling with that balance. Like maybe sometimes you're good at maintaining that productivity, but other times you're just really good at having the fun. But how can you, every time you try to do it, it doesn't seem to be sustainable. So how can you create a sustainable life? Nix agrees with me. And how can you live your best life? Okay, let's see what else. Okay, I feel like someone is taking a pitcher and pouring it over you. There's this feeling of like this is symbolic, okay? I keep seeing a pitcher being poured, and it's like what's in the pitcher is your self-love. I'm seeing like this need to fill your cup, this need to fill your self-love to cool off. It's interesting. It's almost like you have been going so hard on yourself that you need this fun. You need to be able to cool off. I'm seeing a man, somebody that is younger than you. It could be like a boy. This person is someone that looks up to you. Interesting. I'm also seeing a lot of good luck coming through. I keep seeing a horseshoe. I'm seeing a four-leaf clover. And this is really interesting because everything that you've been working towards, you need to know that it's paying off, that it's not just for nothing. What you're doing matters. Let me see what the cards have to say. Okay, so I'm getting Scorpio, Aquarius, and Capricorn energy. I feel like a lot of subconscious activity is coming through as well. Like things are happening in your subconscious that may not be like, it may not be manifesting, like you may not be realizing it in your conscious. So these could be like self-sabotage or just things you're doing subconsciously that you don't realize. And it's time to bring your awareness to these things, whether that's dream journaling or trying really hard to tune into certain spiritual practices. Let me see what else is coming through for you. But yeah, I see a lot of stuff around work, around needing to be productive, around needing to do what you're supposed to do, and needing to focus. Okay, I got the death cap. This is giving me that things are ending. There's a situation that is coming to a close. And how can you keep up afterwards? It's interesting. This is definitely a general reading, so it's going to resonate differently with different people, but I'm getting like this need to, once things are over, how can you keep going? How can you make sure that your habits and your patterns don't just stop? So I'm seeing like the end of a chapter. something exciting coming to a close. This could be like leaving a job. This could be stopping like a project at work, or like it's like a chapter that I'm seeing coming to a close. So these are some predictions for the month of May. Let me pull a rune for you. Okay, I love how I got Berkana reverse, which is the sign of things ending as well. So this is like a cycle coming to a close for you. It feels like it's a good thing though. It's just, how can you sustain your happiness? How can you sustain this balance? And how can you keep it going even after this chapter ends? Yes, so I would say that's where we're going to stop. Interesting. I'm getting a secret admirer. Yeah, this feels like somebody may have a crush on you, or maybe watching you, or maybe interested in you, and you don't know about them. But I see them maybe coming to the forefront. So we shall see. But that is where I'm going to stop for you. I feel like that's a lot of information. Okay, so next was Pisces. That was Taurus. For anyone who's tuning in, welcome. We're doing Zodiac readings. I've done Sagittarius, Capricorn Cusp. I've done Taurus, and now I'm doing Pisces. And if you guys want to add yours when I'm done with the next one, after that, I'm going to do Leo, Virgo Cusps. Then you are welcome to. Yay! Okay. Let me put these cards back. All right. Oops. I'm just pulling out one more card here. Excuse me. Perfect. Okay. I got all my decks out today. It's going to be fun. All right. Pisces. Here we go. Pisces. All right. Pisces. All right. The Western Dragon gives me challenges. Okay. This is going to be a challenging month, but it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Okay. I'm going to pull some other cards because there's no way I can know anything about that until I'm done. And thank you, Kesvin. You do not belong on this table. She is very feisty right now. She thinks it's time for lunch, but it's not. Okay. All right. And Kamala, I'm going to be doing just Zodiac readings today, so I can add Virgo after Leo, Virgo Cusp, if you would like. I'll do that. All right, doing Pisces now. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Okay, this is going to be a tough one because I see you having to do things in a very brutal way. Like there's something you kind of just have to rip the Band-Aid off and take care of. I feel like it may not be something you want to do, but your biggest challenge is that you're going to have to do it anyway because it's the only way to move forward. It's the only way to get through it. Sometimes you just have to do the thing that you that feels a little brutal in order to get through it. And that's kind of how I feel about this month for you. I want to pull some more cards for Pisces. Oh, I got 2 of them. The owl's giving me like a very powerful message. I see you receiving a powerful message. We'll look at that in a second. And the hyena's giving me that you can't take things too seriously this month, because if you do, you're going to get very overwhelmed. I see you needing to laugh, needing to have a sense of humor, to see the humor in whatever comes your way, because this is not a time where things are easy, and you're going to have to be like, have a sense of humor, be able to laugh it off and laugh at yourself. The owl is giving me like there is somebody that wants to help you. I'm seeing like a stranger coming through. This person wants to give you advice and help you. I would listen to that person over the people that you know. So even if it's somebody that you're not sure whether to trust your intuition, but also trust this person. I keep seeing like a torch. So there could be like the energy of like someone holding a torch for you, someone holding out hope for you when it comes to like love and a relationship. Torches can also mean like a spark, but this will mean different things to different people. It could also be like I'm getting someone like carrying a torch for you. But yeah, this is interesting. I feel like throughout the darkness, there's light at the end of the tunnel, is what is coming through. There is this need to like get out of a situation that you're in. I'm seeing a need to, it's like enough is enough. I need to get out of the situation I'm in. I no longer want to be a part of it. And I'll look to see if I see any more about like what that situation is, but it feels like this is not a month where things are just like smooth sailing. There's a lot of excitement. I keep hearing fireworks. So this could be like someone making you feel fireworks, that torch. This could feel like you're moving forward and trying to move out of some kind of tough situation and having to just do it without going back and forth on it, without beating around the bush. No beating around the bush this month. But yeah, I keep hearing like explosive sounds, so like firecracker or fireworks. And I keep seeing the end of something, trying to move forward, trying to move out. This could be like moving out of your house or moving out of a relationship. Just feels like it's time. I keep hearing it's time. And I want to pull one more card here. I love how I got this card because through it all, you know, the gem, it's also known as the diamond in the rough. You are somebody that is extremely unique, extremely special, and it's hard to find people who you trust and people who are in your corner because there are so many, like, it feels very emotional. It feels like acceptance is not easy. But let me tell you, like, you are a diamond in the rough, and this is going to work out. I see you shining through all this darkness. I see that torch blazing bright for you. And I see that there are things that are going to be difficult that you're going to have to take care of, even if you don't want to. And you're going to have to rip that band aid off. But what the cards are saying is do that, because you still are going to be able to overcome it. You're going to be able to shine brightly. And there is excitement. There are fireworks. There are big feelings. Okay. I'm seeing really big feelings. I'm seeing you shining through, you sparkling. And there is, it may feel, okay, like you don't really know which way to go. It may feel kind of like, not like you're blind, but like you're not sure which direction to go in. But I would be careful about like cocky behavior. There's somebody that might be acting a little arrogant, somebody that's acting cocky, and I'm seeing like you may be having to work with them, or you may be having to, you need to get my nose done. That's something, right? It feels like somebody is maybe getting a little full of themselves. And I'm not saying that's you, but for people watching this that are Pisces, this might be a heads up that this could be them. But I'm seeing a clear path ahead. It's just that you have to be careful not to let it get to your head. I keep seeing like a column, like being supported by a column. So this could be like, you know, symbolically, there is this column, this like, yeah, there, the support may come in a different form than you're used to. So yeah, that is where that owl comes in. Let me see if I get any more information. Okay, so I'm seeing Scorpio, I'm seeing Sagittarius. So this could be a Scorpio Sagittarius cusp, or it could be just Scorpio Sagittarius, and I'm getting Gemini as well. So those are some signs to look out for. And I love how I got the column and the support, because Elhaz is the rune of support and protection. When you get this rune in a reading, you know you are protected, and you know that no matter what, you're going to get through it. It's just that it may seem like there's a lot of darkness, and you're going to have to kind of take charge of it and channel it and be that, you know, be that person that takes care of shit that you might not be ready to take care of, but you gotta. Exactly. I feel like you are a spiritual being that is going to be like, that is going to transcend this, that is going to get through it. When I see the gem, this also could give me like, for some of you, this could give me like diamond, you know, diamond ring vibes with those, that torch and the firecracker, or somebody wanting to give you jewelry. So if you take it in a literal sense. But yeah, this is beautiful. Despite what it might have started like, this is a beautiful reading. You have an ordeal this month, a challenge, but you have what it takes to face it, and you're going to get through it. All right. And when I say this month, I mean like May. I don't necessarily, because obviously it's almost over. April's almost over. Just to be clear, I'll have to specify that. Okay, moving forward. I'm just putting my cards back. Okay, so now we're going to do Virgo, Leo, Virgo Cusp. So Virgo is right after Leo, Virgo Cusp, not Nat. So today, guys, whoever's tuning in, I see Viti, you're Cancer, right? So Cancer, I'll do after Virgo. I kind of have like, I'm keeping track of a list. So I did Sagittarius, Taurus, Pisces. Now I'm doing Leo, Virgo cusps. Then I'll do Virgo and Cancer. So yay, you're in the right place then. All right, guys. Leo, Virgo cusp. Let's do it. I might have to take a break midway because it's lunchtime, but let's see. All right. Okay. The fox. The fox is already a great card to get because it indicates finding your match, finding someone who is like your match, who meets you where you're at. And I keep seeing like ivy crawling up a wall. I don't know if that resonates, but this feels like a lot of the time when you see ivy, it represents like somebody very important helping you on your journey, helping you, making friends. So this could be you making a really powerful friend. We'll see if it's a platonic thing or not, but I'm seeing like you needing to have faith in your friends. So yes, you need to have faith in your friends. The fox is somebody who, it's kind of like that saying, you have to find your lobster or you have to meet your lobster. You know, where it's like the other half, no matter where you go, this person is going to find you. This person is going to be with you in the end, even if you go through troubles. I love how I said that, and I got the Hydra reversed, which when I get this card, I literally say, you've met your match. You've literally met someone that can meet you where you're at. Whether that's, if you're in a bad place, that person's going to meet you there. If you're in a good place, that person's going to meet you there. Your twin flame is your lobster, exactly. So this is all about like many of you meeting your twin flame this month or having twin flame kind of situations. It feels like no matter what comes up, you can handle it and you have met someone who can help you do that. I'm getting that life is not bad right now for you. Like life might have its ups and downs, but you're thriving. And I feel like you kind of just have to make sure that that you have long-term plans in place. Make sure that you're not like getting carried away, because it's so easy to think, oh, well, everything's good right now. You know, I'm meeting my match. Everything's good. You need to think, how can I prepare for the future? Because it's not going to be beautiful every single day. You know, this may not last forever. So how can you set long-term plans in place? That is the message. Let us see. I keep seeing like a shift in timeline. So I don't know if this resonates with you guys, but it feels like timing is off. And this is like a shift in your timeline. I see you gaining a lot of knowledge about the past or the future. It just feels like it's coming through. And I know that's kind of woo-woo and kind of out there, but this feels like a shift in your timeline. Like the things that were supposed to happen, they're happening at a different pace or they're happening in a different way. Hi, Kath. It's been a while. So today we're doing readings. We're doing readings basically for the zodiac signs. So welcome. If you want to put your zodiac sign, I will read that next. I think didn't you say yes, Aries, right? Okay. All right. So moving forward, I'm right now, I'm on the Leo Virgo cusp. I feel like, yeah, it makes sense. Your timeline is shifting. It feels like what the path that you were on is shifting. And it's all about divine timing right now. Things are happening at a different pace. Things are happening in a different timeline. And I see that this month things are changing. That's okay, Kath. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah. Let me see. Leo Virgo cusp. Some of you may feel stuck in place, literally, like you're kind of suspended in time. I feel like there's this feeling of like being caged, maybe. Yeah, so I'm seeing like a younger woman. This person could be a young girl, or someone just younger than you playing a major part in your shift. This person could be like a sibling, but I'm getting like a younger girl. This could also be like a past version of yourself. And I keep seeing clouds, like a cloudy sky. And a lot of the time when you get clouds, especially like in a tarot reading, if you get the sun card reversed, it's like clouds. It's temporary. All the problems you're facing, if you're facing any problems, the clouds don't last forever. They float away, they drift away, you know? That is where you're at. And I love how I got May, because May is literally next month. So May is a big month for you. This is going to be a major time for you of change, of shifts, major shifts in your timeline. Maybe things aren't going according to plan, but they are changing for the better, and it's all meant to be. I love how I got Gemini, Pisces, and Aries coming through. So those are some signs to look out for. And I got Uru's reverse. So I'm not a health professional or anything, so take this with a grain of salt, but you might be feeling like you have a low libido, or like you're a low drive. I don't know. There's a feeling of like low energy, but that's okay. Sometimes we need low energy months. I think people forget that we can't be happy all the time or have energy all the time, or there would be something wrong with us. We're human, right? And I love how I said that. And then I got the Tower, unplug and relax for a spell. This is the time to like live your best life, but take it easy. Things are shifting. The world is not like something you can control. You might just have to surrender to it. I see some of you suspended in time. It might feel like the clouds are just there, but they're temporary. It's all going to go away. Take this time to make these long-term plans so that things are sustainable, so that your happiness isn't just temporary and shifting, because it's all worth it in the end. And another thing I'm getting is capture the moment. Like a photo. Take a picture. You can do that literally or in your mind. Like this is a time in your life that you're going to think back on, and it's going to matter. So take your time, think it through, memorize the moment, and let it all sink in. And I'm going to pull one more card. Overall, I keep seeing, like, when I'm looking at all these cards, I keep seeing happy times ahead. And the card that just came up for me is a cross. Now, crosses are usually a religious symbol, so some of you, this might have to do with your religion, but they can also just mean like protection. It depends on, how you want to interpret that. I personally am not a religious person, but if I see a cross, then it usually means somebody is feeling protected, somebody is feeling like happy. There's a feeling of happiness coming through, a feeling of like, I got this, I figured it out. Love that. I love that for you. Divine timing, divinely protected. It makes sense. There's like a shift in your consciousness too. I feel like this is a sign too that there's a long life ahead of you. Like, sure, I can't predict like your life or death, right? But it feels like, there's longevity in the situation. Whatever you feel like you're worried about is temporary. I see it lasting a very long time. And I feel like if any of you are working on a business opportunity or career path where you are very independent and kind of in charge of it, like if you're starting a business, this is a really good win for your business. I see things lasting a very long time as well. So I know, Harshita, you're an artist, but if you ever want to really take that in an independent direction, as you said, you have, things that you're accomplishing there. I feel like this is a very good sign for you. So, yay! Moving forward. All right. So we did Leo, Virgo, Cusp. Now we're doing Virgo. After Virgo, I got Cancer. You know the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away? I don't know how true that is, but that is what I keep hearing. So I don't know if like that has to do with like long-term vitality as well. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Virgo is next. Okay. Virgo is next. Okay. Sorry. I had to check something real quick. All right. Let me see. We got Cancer after that. Virgo. Ooh. The Cerberus. I don't know if you guys know anything about Greek mythology, but the Cerberus guards the underworld. Very fascinating. Okay. I'm just laying out all my cards here to make sure that we have everything we need. And I'm already seeing this desire to say no. You might have to put your foot down, maybe set some very strong boundaries. The Cerberus is literally protecting the underworld. The Cerberus is saying no to things. And I feel like there's a lot of like negativity coming through. This need to say no, this need to be like, there's a lack of optimism, maybe a lack of positivity, a difficulty seeing the bright side in things. It's hard to feel inspired. It's hard to feel grateful. And that's why you really got to set boundaries, and you got to make sure you're not allowing things into your life that are not conducive to your happiness. And also, you have to also be careful not being too closed off to your happiness. I'm seeing someone else coming through that seems like they share trauma with you, or they've been through the same thing as you. And it's somebody that you have to ask yourself, am I really friends with this person? because we're good friends, or is it because we have some kind of shared trauma or we've been through the same thing? That is something that I would look into, because I keep seeing like somebody with kind of a parallel life to you. This person shares so much with you, but is it more than friendship? I mean, is it more than a trauma bond? I would look into that. The Pilgrim is giving me like you're on a journey. You might feel like you're drifting a little bit, like you're not really sure what direction your life is taking. You might be trying on different things, but this is about not wasting your time like worrying about the past or worrying about the future. It's about the journey. You're on a pilgrimage, you know? This is about that's okay if you're not having the best time. It feels like your negativity and your lack of inspiration, that's something that comes, you can't force that. And sometimes you have to just say no, or you have to ask yourself, am I saying no too much? Am I saying no to things that could potentially help me grow or inspire me? Because there's some kind of negativity holding you back. Yes. So I'm getting some travel energy. A lot of you could be traveling in May. You might be feeling some desire to go somewhere new. I'm getting like a glow up or some kind of like interesting styles or interesting fashion. This could be like a new flavor, like a new, I see you kind of dressing in an interesting way. I don't know why, but it feels like very colorful, very interesting. Like you're trying on a different style. This could just be changing your lifestyle to be more eccentric, to be more authentic to you. So that is interesting. And let me see as well. You have to look at your relationships and ask yourself like which people are dragging me down, which I'm seeing like you could potentially be holding on to an old friendship that may not actually be your friend, this person you just known for a really long time. So you have to ask yourself, are they actually my friend? Are they actually like part of my growth? Are they actually good for me? There's that vibe. There's somebody that you might be trying to impress or make a good impression on. And this could be that person, like you're seeking validation from that person, but it could be someone else. I keep seeing like a cup, like you have to fill your own cup. You can't seek validation or love from someone else before you've filled your own cup. You know, it tends to leave you feeling like you're seeking external validation and you're trying to get love, and what the stuff that you could give to yourself, you're trying to get it from somewhere else. And you also need to be okay with accepting criticism, accepting people who may not agree with you or may not like everything you have to say. So that could be another message for you. It does feel like there's somebody that you may not have the most trust in because you can't count on them as much. I keep seeing like somebody maybe not taking you as seriously. So that's interesting. And I keep seeing like a wedge. Maybe someone's trying to wedge their way into your life, or they're trying to prop the door open to a new opportunity, but just a little bit, if that makes sense. This could be someone trying to wedge their way into a relationship with you. And you have to ask yourself, is this person worth that? I also am getting light as a feather, You know, that song by Sabrina Carpenter just came through. But yeah, this feels interesting. I also just got the song Should I Stay or Should I Go by The Clash. Should I stay or should I go now? You know? So I wonder what that's about. Overall, I feel like pleasure is a big theme for you this month, having to figure out how you can feel your personal pleasure, how you can explore that, and lean into your own authenticity and styles. There could be I'm seeing that travel, but there's a need for validation, a need to impress somebody, a need to be taken seriously. Interesting. I'm getting Capricorn, Scorpio, and Virgo energy. So that could be coming through as well. But overall, like, this isn't a bad reading. It's just showing me that there is some relationships that need to be reevaluated and thought about. And there are some personal boundaries that need to be set. And you need to figure out like what you're accepting into your life, because the truth is we are the ones who are in charge of our own boundaries. It's very rare that someone else violates our boundaries. We violate our own boundaries. There are always situations, you know, like with non-consent, that of course that's not okay. But most of the time we have the decision, we have the power to see who we accept into our life and who we don't. So, Kath, I see you. I'm going to add you after Cancer. Aries is after Cancer. So I'm doing Cancer next, and then I'll do Aries. This feels like a very interesting month. And it's also about figuring out how you can be your authentic self without needing to impress anybody or get on their good side, you know? I keep seeing a golden goose, which is a good sign when it comes to like money and finance and adventure, like a business venture. It feels like this is a very powerful symbol for you when you're trying to focus on your career and finances. So I would say that's good. Yeah, in general, happiness, geese are a sign of happiness. So that might resonate with you differently, but that is what I'm seeing. And yeah, exciting, exciting. All right, Cancer is next. And then I got to feed my cats and maybe have a snack. After that, I will get to Aries. You know what? I'll see if I have it in me to do Aries before I leave. Take a break. All right. All right, Cancer, here we are. So for Cancer, I got a similar card. And it feels like a lot of challenges coming through for you. So let me see what those challenges could be. Okay, I feel like Cancer, I feel like you have a vision. You have like a project or a vision, an idea of what you want. And the challenges are coming from making that vision happen, really owning that vision. Whatever you've been fantasizing about working on, it feels like there are challenges coming up. But let me tell you, those things are way smaller than you think they are with the cosmic egg. I'm seeing a lot of like psychic downloads, a lot of intuitive answers coming through for you. This feels like everything that you're going through, all these ordeals and challenges are meant to happen. They're literally like part of your path, and they're helping you create what you're meant to create. The cosmic egg represents our crown chakra, and our crown chakra is like where we get our downloads. You know, it's our portal to spirit. And I feel like many of you could be psychic, or you could be receiving psychic information this month. There's a lot of wisdom coming through for you, a lot of need for truth. So these challenges on a very different energy, because interesting. I love I got the mother and the cosmic egg. This is also giving me that this could literally be mother figure in your life. Feeling like this person may not fully be understanding your vision, may not fully be accepting it. This feels also like you might have to mother yourself. You might have to take care of yourself. So that is an interesting interpretation for it. Can you not? I will feed you soon. I love you. Yeah. This feels like one of those rare moments in time where everything that you're trying to manifest is manifesting, but you're just facing some hurdles. It feels like the thing that you're trying to nurture, the thing you're trying to take care of is just this is a moment in time where what you think is going to happen likely won't happen. It will happen in a completely different way. I feel like the world is so much bigger and it's so much brighter than you even realize, and it's ready to accept what you have to offer. It's all ready for you, for the taking. And everything that you're going through is meant to happen. It's all part of the process. And I see you creating something magnificent with your life. I literally feel like your life is a masterpiece, just waiting for people to recognize that, waiting for people to see that. And right now it's about just owning it and doing it, and not allowing yourself to be, not allowing yourself any blockages, because you are precious and you are rare and you're one of a kind. And I feel like what you have to offer is one of a kind. I could see somebody trying to wedge themselves into your life, similarly as before. It feels like this could be a mother figure. It could be someone trying to sabotage your vision. And that could be one of the challenges that you're facing. But this person wants to get in between your happiness and you. Like, it just feels like this person is trying to wedge their way in. I'm also seeing you receiving like a very important letter or package that's coming through. This is a very like important time, something you've been waiting for. And I'm getting that there's somebody watching you. I'm getting someone watching you as well. And I know this is already past, but I'm seeing February. So this could be Pisces, could be a birthday in February. This feels like, yeah, Aquarius. It could be Pisces or Aquarius. Let me see what comes through. February is going to be a significant month for you. A lot of karmic energy. I'm seeing Leo. I'm seeing Sagittarius. Fiery energy. This feels like, this is a time of creation. The fifth house rules over creation and art and joy and hobbies. So this could be a time you're picking up new hobbies, you're trying new things, you're expanding your repertoire with that Sagittarius energy. It feels like there's a lot of abundance. These blockages are by no means the stopping the abundance. Okay. So what are you nurturing? What is it that you're allowing, to grow and blossom in your life? I'm seeing this vision, this need to transcend, this need to, feel enlightened. I'm seeing a mystical breakthrough for you and a lot of psychic downloads and interesting information coming through. I'm seeing you receiving this package or letter, this thing you've been waiting for. I'm getting a lot of like, ready or not, here I come energy. Let me see, a rune. Okay, we have, ooh, interesting. I feel like your family with Othila reversed, your family may not be the best people to turn to right now. They don't understand your vision. This gives me that mother energy of this caretaker or mother figure not fully understanding you, not fully resonating with your process, like they're on a different plane than you, and you feeling like you need to show them. Because I feel like a lot of the time they just don't understand your path. So I keep seeing a bird perching on a windowsill. This could be like a wake up call. I feel like the world awaits you. The world needs you. I keep feeling like it's morning, like you're just waking up, and it's beautiful. So lots of interesting messages there. All right, I'm going to do Aries, then I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll get back to the zodiac signs. So for those of you who are tuning in, I am currently doing the zodiac sign predictions for the month of May. So you are welcome to tune into that. And give me your zodiac sign. So far I have done Sagittarius, Taurus, Pisces, Leo, Virgo, Cusp, Virgo, Cancer, and now I'm doing Aries. All right. And I will timestamp everything if somebody tunes in too late. Good morning. Alaska. Nice. All right. Aries, Aries, Aries. All right, Aries for the month of May. Tengu reversed. I'm just mostly using oracle cards today. Ooh, the raccoon. reversed. Interesting. Interesting. The puppeteer. This is going to be a very specific message. The river. Okay. You are just trying to go with the flow with the river. I feel like the more you try to go against the flow, the more you try to steer it, the more you try to, it's like you're going against the current. So all you can do is go with the river. All you can do is take the windy course that you're on. And I feel like, I don't know if you dropped out of school or you dropped out of something, but the tango reversed is like something you've been trying to master, feeling like you're going to give up or losing that discipline. Feeling like, hey, maybe I don't need to go study this for a really long time or work on this for a really long time. Maybe I need to just focus on myself and do other things. Because with the raccoon, it shows that you're not where you want to be creatively. You have a lot of aspirations. I'm seeing a lot of creativity and creation, but I feel like there's this starving artist, this like, I'm not where I want to be, this feeling of like, I may have given up on my path. And there's this need to apologize for something or receive an apology. There could have been a desire to explain yourself, a need to explain yourself. And now you're just trying to go with the flow. This is giving me like, for many of the Aries watching this, I don't know if this resonates with you, Kath, but for Aries watching this, it's like dropping out of school kind of vibe. Feeling like, okay, the current is taking me somewhere else. So I'm going to take the projects that I've been working on and I might take a different path. I might have to consider moving in a different direction, letting things go. It feels like the thing that you've been building towards needs to change because it's not getting you to where you want to be. You may need to rethink your career path or the way that you're going about your career path. I feel like either you're demanding an explanation or you're giving an explanation. Mrs. Henon, I think that's how you say it. That's so funny. No, that's not what I'm talking about, but I guess I feel like you're realizing this is the kind of thing of like someone is a prodigy in violin or something like that, and they realize that they realize it's not for them. It's too hardcore and they have to take a different route. It doesn't mean that they can't play violin, but maybe they need to study a different way or do it a different way, right? This feels like mastery of something you're really good at and taking a different path. So I don't know if this resonates, but I see you feeling the need to like go with your intuition, go with your emotions, no longer work against yourself. So that is the vibe. The raccoon is someone who may have to take, especially reverse, it's someone who may have to take some deviant ways to get about what they want. Hi, Gaze Insights. My cat is very hungry, so I'm going to finish this. All right, let's see. Exactly. This feels like you're very authentic. You're your own person. And the path that people want you to take or you're expected to take is not the path for you. This could be you completely shifting gears, or this could be just taking a different approach, having to go about a different way. But I see you having to apologize or feeling the need to explain yourself. There's that puppeteer, that need to not rock the boat too much. This is the time to take yourself out on a date, to treat yourself to something. I feel like you've been living in a way for other people, or to follow a path that you've been maybe taught to follow. But this is a time to find your sense of home. What is home to you? Where do you feel most at home? I think that's what you need to figure out. Where do you belong? How can you head there without trying to force it? And I'm getting Aquarius, Capricorn, Gemini, and Sagittarius energy. This could be Capricorn. This could be Aquarius, Pisces, receiving an apology in your case. That makes sense. So Aquarius, Capricorn, or Capricorn, Aquarius, Cusp, or just either one of those signs, Sagittarius, Gemini. This feels like having to set really strong boundaries on the information you're receiving too. I feel like maybe a lot of you are watching the news, or you're very caught up in like podcasts or something like that. It feels like you have to filter what you're listening to, filter what you're consuming, because it is playing a part in your well-being. So I'm not saying stop listening to those things, but set some boundaries when it comes to communication, when it comes to technology or social media, I would say. Sagittarius and Saturn are kind of opposite energies, right? Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. It feels like restriction. It feels like you need freedom. It feels you have this need for freedom. Like you might be restricting yourself, and you are a beautiful butterfly, right? You need to be able to spread your wings and grow and blossom. But there's stagnation here. There's iciness. There is a need there might be some delays in what you want to do. And so you're going to have to figure out how you can do all of it, how you can be free. I got you. I understand what you're saying. There's that need to fill your own cup again that I'm seeing. This need for to make sure that you don't need to find that elsewhere. You can't support other people before you support yourself. It's like that analogy where you have when you're in an airplane, you have to put the safety mask on yourself before you help other people. Or you can't breathe, you can't do a good job at it, right? So this is a reminder that you have what it takes, but you're exhausting yourself trying to maybe do this path that you might not be called to do. I feel like you have to funnel all of your energy into something. There could be like a frustrating time ahead, and it's about figuring out where you're putting your energy. I feel like you have a lot of growth that needs to happen, but you're on the precipice of it, and it's exciting. You have to figure out who you're letting into your life and who you can count on, because I'm also seeing for you people that may not be dependable, people that may be not forthcoming with you. And we don't want that. ultimately, I feel like you're at the climax of your life. There's something extremely exciting and energetic coming through. And it's not about playing it safe or being low energy. This is about your freedom, about your personal power, about filling your own cup, about taking yourself out on the town and doing all the things that you want to do. I want you to make a list of all the things that you've been wanting to do, but you've been putting off. And maybe it's time for you to receive that apology, get that closure, you know? And there's this also this message of, you know how when you call yourself like you say, I'm writing a book, you're much less likely to write the book than if you say, I'm an author. If you make that thing your identity, you're much more likely to make it happen. So this is about looking at your identity. How are you speaking about yourself to other people and about the things that you love? Are you owning it? Are you saying like, I am this thing? Or are you saying, I've been working on this thing? I want you to think about how you're talking to yourself, and figure out how you're introducing yourself to other people. This matters. This matters. And I don't know why you are saying this, Rakesh, but I'm going to remove you. I don't appreciate you doing that. Anyway, moving forward. So, yay. Let me see if I see anything else. I ultimately feel like the things that you're struggling with, you're going to overcome them. Okay. I don't know why, but I keep seeing like a construction site. You may be like trying really hard to build something. And I keep seeing you pounding that nail into the wall. So I don't know if that's literally or physically, or metaphorically, but I'm seeing this hammer pounding a nail into the wall. And this is just telling me that you're going to get through it. You have that hammer. You're going to be able to get through it, even if you have to smash through the wall. So, yeah. And there you have it. All right. I am going to feed my cat. Then I'm going to come back because she is here again. I love you. I'll be right there. And I'll be right back and we'll continue. So I did Sagittarius, Taurus, Pisces, Leo, Virgo, Cusp, Virgo, Cancer, and Aries. And we're going to see what comes up. So when I get back, I will continue whoever I'm reading. Hi, Dark Energy. All right. I'll be right back, guys. It's lunchtime. Okay, I am here. Welcome. So to those of you who are tuning in now, I am doing the Zodiac sign predictions today. So far I've done Sagittarius, Capricorn Cusp, Taurus, Pisces, Leo, Virgo Cusp, Virgo, Cancer, and Aries. Welcome. Hi, gaze insights. And I am not answering questions today. So, major arcana. What are your thoughts on Lilith? So I'm actually going to be creating videos on Lilith because I am fascinated by Lilith. Especially in astrology. So I'll be talking about that in the future. I'm so excited about that. Trying to balance out my astrology videos and my psychic readings. Okay, so we are going to focus on the zodiac signs. So who is next? What sign are you? I would love to do your reading next. If not, I'll just continue on with them. I did Aries, Taurus. I'll do Gemini next if you guys want to share yours. Libra, Scorpio, Cusp, major arcana. Exciting. Okay. Oh yeah, Pisces rising. Okay. All right. So I did Pisces already, Clarence. So you can go back. I'm going to be posting the timestamps, but you can go back and watch that one if you would like. But let's do Libra, Scorpio, Cusp. I'm going to write that down. Libra, Scorpio, Cusp. If I don't write it down, I will not remember. All right. Perfect. Nice. All right. Libra, Scorpio, Cusp. So far, getting a very interesting, balanced type of month. And when I say month, I also mean May, because the month of April is basically almost over. Let's see. I'm getting family being a big part of the month. Let us see. Ooh. So I feel like you've been very obsessed about something or someone, and this is the time when you need to be okay with like veering off the path. I've got the Hunter reverse. The Hunter reverse is someone who's so focused on one thing, on their goal. And I'm telling you, with the Hunter reversed, it's okay to look up and smell the flowers. It's okay to take a second and spend time with your family, to tell your story. I'm getting a lot of desire to tell your story, to tell your narrative. But there's a confidence that it's okay to change course a little bit. It's okay to take a detour, take the scenic route. It feels like no matter what, you're going to get to your destination. No matter what, you're going to get there. So how can you take a chill pill? How can you distract yourself a little bit? I keep hearing making mountains out of molehills. So maybe something seems really big, but even the smallest thing can topple it over. So you have to be aware of the details, of the little things. Be aware of what is distracting you, of temptations, I feel like this path of yours there's so much there. I just see this being a really good month for you overall. It's just, how can you take time to smell the roses? How can you take time to relax? and not get so caught up. I'm not saying you have to forget about everything you've worked so hard for. And I want you to think outside the box. How can you think outside the box a little bit? Because I see you getting very rigid and narrow-minded on what you want. You're trying to work within the limits. How can you break out of those limits? With the seed, this is telling me that new seeds being planted, new ideas being planted, new beginnings. This is just the beginning. There's so much potential here for you. And you're very focused on one thing. And I'm telling you, this needs to change. I'm seeing this could be a person, be a yeah, I was gardening so long, the buzzard showed up. I got to call it quits. That makes sense. You know, it could be literal like gardening, literal seeds. But it feels like the container needs to grow. You don't want to get boxed in. Okay. So that is a spiritual sort of interpretation of all this. But I feel like also there's this need to explore other cultures, to open yourself up. Remember to practice self-love. Remember to love yourself. I keep seeing you needing to dust off things like cobwebs. Maybe you're doing spring cleaning. This could literally be cobwebs. There are things that have maybe gone sour or not gone bad, but like you need to dust things off. There might be like a hobby that you haven't done in a while, or a thing that you haven't used in a while that you want to pick up again and do, but you kind of have to like, you might be a little rusty at it. And I feel like this is the time where you're like studying up on it or working on it again. Burton, I am currently not offering readings. I don't know if that's what this is for, but I'm doing I appreciate the donation. Right now I'm doing the Zodiac sign readings as it says in the title. So I'm currently not offering readings. Would you like me to return that to you? I can do that after the reading since you did it via PayPal. Would you like me to reimburse you? Okay, I'll do that when I'm done with the live, okay? Yeah. Currently not doing any questions. You know, I'm going to try to not do any questions because if people donate via, yeah, anyway, I apologize for that. But I hope you tune in next time when I'm doing, you know, question readings. It's okay. I will do Slay. I will do Libra after I do Libra Scorpio Cusp. I got a little waylaid. But yes, so. Yeah, so today I'm doing Zodiac readings. So we're just going through the Zodiac signs and I'll be time stamping them below. So you guys can always tune back in and watch them if I missed yours. All right, remember to practice self-love. I feel like that is a very strong collective message because I'm getting self-love in a lot of these readings. It feels like sometimes when you're so focused and obsessed on one thing, you can let other things go, including your own needs and your own personal love. Okay. So this feels like a need to expand, a need to brush off things that used to make you happy. Like start, when I say brush off, I mean like dust off the cobwebs, you know, make it brand new again. Reintroduce things that used to make you happy that you were passionate about, because this is the time to do that. I feel like there are opportunities coming up where you're like, I forgot that I used to like that. That used to make me really happy. Can I do that again? So think about that. Yeah, because you want things to, you want variety. You want to be new. And it's going to take time, you know. I'm getting the tortoise. The tortoise, you know, goes at their own pace. They're not rushed. They're, when they are on a path, they're on the path, but they take their time. So if things feel like they're taking forever, or you feel like you're waiting for somebody or something, this is the time to say like, no, I'm going to be the tortoise. I'm going to take my own time. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to thrive. I feel like, I don't know. Have you ever had a turkey, like as a, not as a pet, but like I used to own turkeys because I lived on kind of like a farm, and they are the dumbest birds you've ever met. They're like little dinosaurs. They are so stupid. I'm sorry to turkeys, but they are. And it's like you're watching them and you're like, why are you being so dumb? Like, can't you see that there's something in your way? Why are you trying to walk into it? Anyway, that was a tangent. But I keep seeing a turkey, and I feel like there's someone in your life that's acting really dumb. And you're like, can't you just do things your own way? Like, why are you being a turkey? So that is like basically what I'm seeing. Major Arcana, you don't have to send me a donation. It's fine. I'm not doing any kind of readings, personal readings today, so I'm just doing zodiac readings, but you're welcome to do that maybe when I take personal questions. Yes. All right. Moving forward. Yeah. Someone's being dumb. Someone's behaving stupidly. Someone's being a turkey. And it might be driving you a little crazy, but you're going to have to get around that because you can't control how other people act. Some of you may be, I'm getting like fertility. Some of you may be getting pregnant or fertile. This is interesting because actually this is the month of fertility with Beltane coming up. So this might be a sign that Beltane is a time of abundance, of prosperity for you. Fertility often represents like more than, it just means like things are abundant, things are capable of manifesting, things are capable of birthing, of rebirthing. And it just feels like this is a time when you can manifest the things that you want, when things can fall into place for you. And I keep seeing like a bird. There's a bird. I keep seeing like a message coming through. Birds are often messengers when it comes to symbols, but they can mean other things. It depends on the bird. And I feel this could be the turkey too, you know what I mean? But they are usually signs that you're going to receive a message or a text from somebody important. So if you've been waiting for, like, you're in a no contact situation, I could see you also going on a journey or a trip abroad. Maybe you're traveling, but it feels like an exciting time of discovery. There's like a rainbow. I feel like, you know, whatever's at the end of the rainbow, you're chasing it, this hunter energy. So that's something I would look at. It could be an archway, but yeah, I see like an arch or a rainbow. Turkeys can fight the hawks off for your chickens too. Guess the potential isn't met and it's frustrating. Guess so. But that's interesting. I never really thought about that part. All right. Oh, let me look at dice. We have Sagittarius, Cancer, and Aries. So Sagittarius, Cancer, Aries energy. And Fehu is a symbol of you making money, beginnings. This might be beginning of a new like financial endeavor, but you earning money. So this could have to do with that prosperity, that fertility, but yeah, this is a time where things might take a little time to get off, or you might be, things are not happening at the pace you want, but it doesn't mean they're not happening. And you just need these stupid person or people to get out of the way. You need to dust off the cobwebs, focus on the things that used to make you happy or bring you joy. Realize that you're planting seeds that are going to earn you money, earn you finances. Get rid of all those limiting beliefs and the limits and think outside the box. And focus on your family. Focus on building that happiness, that happy life, that home. Because I'm seeing it all for you, the whole package. So that is where I'm going to stop with that. Yes. Just putting them all away. I hope that resonated. I hope it brings you joy. We have Libra, Scorpio, Cusp. And I see January 20th. I believe that is Capricorn, Aquarius, Cusp. So I don't think I've done that one yet. Yes. All right. So after Libra, I'll do Capricorn, Aquarius, Cusp. Capricornius. You're welcome. Let's try to get through these. All right. Where were we? All right, Libra. It is time. 'Tis time. Ooh. Interesting. Let's see what else comes through. Radical changes. Wow. I'm seeing a dynamic between like a caretaker and you. It feels like this, or you could be the caretaker. It's like a mother or like a nurturing kind of relationship. But I'm seeing that everything is going to change in it. I see a major shift happening, chaos happening. It feels like that dynamic is changing. Let's see. If there's been tension, or it might feel like there's been like tension, or like you've been getting irritable or annoyed with a mother figure. This is not going to resonate with everyone, but this is what I'm seeing. And it's causing things to feel like angry or upset, like you're not meeting maybe their standards or their expectations. There's something about it that is making you feel Like, okay, enough is enough. I'm so pissed off. There's like I'm getting tension just reading it. It feels like there is tension, and I'm not doing Dream of Zoe, so I'm going to remove you. There's tension. I got Thanatos, which is death. It represents, I'm not saying your mother's gonna die, okay? But I feel like there needs to be an ending. There needs to be a letting go, a transformation. This feels very radical. This feels very extreme. Feels very extreme. And it feels like you're going to have to figure out how to let go or how to change this pattern, how to I'm just seeing a major change in this kind of relationship that you have. A shift. And you need an outlet. I love how I said that and I got the death cap endings. We have Thanatos, endings, death cap, endings, the catalyst, radical change, and this mothering relationship. You might be feeling like in a relationship somebody is mothering you or smothering you a little bit, and it's time for a change. So that is interesting. This is a general reading. This is the time where you fly on your own. You go off and fly on your own. There's this need to spread your wings, and you realize you don't need your mother to fly, right? You have the baby birds. It's time to get out of the nest. There's this need to get out of the home, maybe, to realize that you can do it by yourself. You got this. I'm getting a Sagittarius again, Cancer, and Taurus energy. So a lot of exploration, a lot of figuring out what your values are and experimenting with those, figuring out how you can like best try on different things. Well, that makes sense. There's a feeling of like, I need an outlet. I'm so like, there's just this tension, this like with the fire ants, there's a tension. There's like an underlying build. I'm getting somebody that is two-faced, somebody that you might not be able to fully trust in your life. This is someone different. But this person, I feel like it's going to come to light. But overall, I feel like besides the mother thing, this is going to be a sunshiny month for you. There's a lot here where you have like so much brightness and so much happiness coming through. This isn't a time where you're being held down or held back. You're not going to let these things get to you. I also see a cat. So I have one at my door meowing right now, but it feels like, cats can represent different things to different people. So I'll let that speak for itself. I'm seeing a stork. Stork is usually a birth of some kind. It doesn't always have to be like a baby, but it can be like the birth of a new business opportunity or an idea. Like it's the beginning of something, an exciting beginning of something where things are taking off and there's so much potential and you don't know where it's going to go, but it's going to go somewhere. A lot of you watching this, I'm not talking necessarily about slay here, but a lot of you might be feeling like this is like full circle, like a mother-child moment. Maybe some of you are pregnant and you're thinking about raising your own child, and there's this like relationship with your mother, something like that. It could also be things you've inherited from your mother. But yeah, there's this like mommy issues kind of vibe. I keep seeing a mask, like maybe putting on a mask and some insecurity coming through. This could be like you feeling the need to mask, or you feeling the need to put on a front in order to get through it. But yeah, masking or mask, I would say. It's interesting. I keep seeing a letter. So I see receiving a letter or receiving a package as well. It's very important. But yeah, this is the overall message that I'm seeing here. We shall see where it leads. Let me pull a rune for you. Interesting. I keep hearing thorn in my side. Like I'm getting Thurizaz, which is the rune of protection, but it's also like a reverse. So it's like you're on the defense. You might be feeling defensive of this person. You might be feeling like you want to do things a certain way, but this person, something major needs to change, but you have to know ultimately you are protected, and it means that you might have to show your thorns a little bit, because you are a rose, you are a flower, and you might have to show your thorns. But yeah, major change, major catalyst. When you get anything regarding death, when it comes to spirituality or tarot, it usually is a representation of some kind of transformation in your life. And with the catalyst, like there is a major shift happening. I don't get this card lightly, ever. So I would be aware of that. All right. We did Libra. Now we're going to do Capricorn, Aquarius, Cusp. I would say major shift in this relationship with your mother, or in some kind of self-nurturing. I feel like there's a major change in your life, and it's not coming from yourself, it's coming from outside of yourself. So I see like it could be somebody coming into your life, changing things, but there's an event happening in your life. Oh yes, like I said, overall I see sunshine for you, but it's just an event that I'm seeing. I feel like this is going to ultimately turn out for the better. Some people have dull months. You are going to have a very interesting one, and I can't wait for you to let me know what has changed for you. All right, moving forward with Capricorn, Aquarius, Cusp. Hello, Justin. I keep hearing you're not the victim. You are not the victim. But your feelings are valid. It may feel like your fears are sort of taking over. Let me see. All right. When I get the botanist reversed, it usually represents a feeling of being smothered by somebody, a feeling of like, similarly to the previous reading, a feeling of like someone trying really hard to be in your life, but it comes across as a lot. Feels like they're smothering you a little bit. Feels like they're overdoing it. And the chupacabra is like somebody kind of playing the victim or the scapegoat, treating you like a scapegoat or the blame. So that is interesting. It feels like your relationship, this could be with your parents, this could be a feeling of just like someone pointing fingers at you. Let's see. With the fox, this is giving me somebody in a relationship might be trying to take care of you, but it comes across as maybe them smothering you. But the fox is ultimately a good card. I'm seeing someone older than you being very interested in you, being like a really beautiful match for you. So that could be it as well. Or this could just be a relationship that you feel is like a sanctuary. This is a general reading for every Capricorn, Aquarius cusp, so I'm not just focusing on you here, but it feels like, I love how I got that, the flame and the fox. It feels like a spark, somebody coming through that is like a safe space for you, that is a passion for you, that's kind of like getting away from maybe your parents or the smothering. It doesn't feel like they're the same. But I'm seeing someone pointing fingers or making you feel like you're not good enough. And I don't think that's true at all. So that's not nice. The flame represents a spark. It could be lust, but there's a very strong passion coming through. I got the endings card again. So whatever situation you're in, I feel like it's ending and a new one is beginning. I'm seeing a new relationship blossoming, a new like thought process coming through. And I feel like your eyes are finally open. Your eyes are opening. But I see you needing to feel a light, needing to feel warmth when you feel so cold. I keep getting, don't judge a book by its cover. So like, it may feel like you're jumping to conclusions about somebody or somebody's jumping to conclusions about you. But this is telling me, use your brain. Don't just judge someone when you meet them, because there's somebody that you may be prematurely having opinions about, prematurely judging. It feels like the situation is a lot less intense than you think it is. So that's another message coming through. So I'm seeing like news coming your way. I keep seeing that bird again. So somebody could be sending you a text or sending you like a very important phone call that you're receiving. I feel like this has to do with the romantic interest or love. But I'm also seeing you winning some money or some inheritance. There could be some like money coming through. I'm getting like a boat, and boats can often mean different things to different people, but I keep seeing a boat. And I keep seeing like a diamond. So you could be like inheriting something through a marriage or through a relationship of some kind. It could be a diamond ring or like a gift of some kind. But diamonds can mean different things to different people as well. But yeah, I see smothering. Let's see. I see Virgo and I see Pisces. Virgo and Pisces. Very interesting. Opposite energies. It may feel like you're trying to escape through staying busy, like you're trying to keep busy. But I'm getting a lot of like fantasizing about things and fantasies coming true, fantasies coming to fruition. Ah, I love that wink, wink. I don't know if you guys hear that cat, but let's see. Okay. I'm getting an acorn. Acorns can mean different things, especially when it comes from like when you see a tree with the acorn. But I'm just getting the acorn. And acorns are a sign of good health. Oh, I love that. I'm a very big cat person, so I could talk about my cats all day. Yeah, I'm seeing like your health getting better. I'm not a health professional, so like that's as much as I'll say about health. But it's a sign of vitality, a sign of energy, and feeling like you can grow and progress in that area. So I think that's beautiful. And I feel also like this is just a time where things are changing, but you're figuring out kind of where you belong. You're figuring out your posse. And it may feel like the messages that I'm seeing, they may come later than you expect. I see like a delay. I keep seeing a bird that's flying, but then I see a bird that's also like just standing still. So I'm wondering if that means that maybe this message is delayed. It's not taking off yet. I would say yes, but only when they really tune into it. Because that Capricorn and Aquarius, they're both ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is the very limited, strong, serious energy, right? This feeling of like, I'm going to be very serious. The things that that happen around me are going to be a big deal. Everything's a big deal, and they have very old souls. So if they don't let themselves get stuck in their ways, then yeah, they can be very intuitive. But that's a skill that they have to develop. So I would say, yeah, they're intuitive, but they have to develop that skill. It's not something that comes as naturally to them as some of the other signs because they believe in the facts. They believe in, they're still very grounded, and they're very forward thinking. So they're going to be thinking about what's ahead more than they are about the future. They're going to be thinking in practical ways about what's ahead. And Aquarius is that kooky, fun sign that adds eccentricity. So we're going to have like a very exciting, like innovative person who can invent things and do things on the go. So I think it's really beautiful. But yeah. All right. Moving forward. I'm going to pull. I like how I got endings and then I got Awas, which is the rune of endings, the rune of transformation, the rune of, it's like the death card in tarot, where something is ending and a new beginning is happening. But I see this beginning happening with love, with passion. There's a spark coming through. You may be leaving these, like you said, maybe you're leaving these parents behind. Maybe you're leaving the smothering or the scapegoat. It feels like a new era for you, but you have to be careful not to judge or make assumptions. Yeah. Hi, Star Love. So Star Lova, sorry. I already did Pisces, so you can rewind and watch that. I'm on Capricorn Aquarius cusps right now. Hello, Christine. All right, so I did Sagittarius Capricorn cusp, Taurus, Pisces, Leo Virgo cusp, Virgo, Cancer, Aries, Libra Scorpio cusp, Libra, and Capricorn Aquarius cusp. So who is next? Oh, Sagittarius. I see you, Valerie. All right, Valerie, I might have to take another break real quick to eat something because I will not right now, but soon. I am but a human. Okay, star. Ooh, okay. Your Pisces Aquarius cusp? Okay. No, I'm going to do it. I just took a break to feed my cats. So I'm going to just do this reading and see how I feel afterwards. I can do it. I forgot. I always do these zodiac readings and then I forget how many there are. All right. This is why I don't do them very often. All right. So we have, I'm going to write it down, keeping track. So we have Sagittarius. And then I'm going to do Aquarius Pisces cusp. Yes. All right. Pisces, Sagittarius. I'm excited about this one because I'm a Sagittarius rising. So this is for the month of May. I do have a May prediction video coming out, so that'll be fun as well. But that one's not for the zodiac. It's more of like a pick a candle reading. The fairy. This is perfect for May because Beltane is all about the fae. This is a time of magic, of fun, of creativity, of childlike wonder. This feels really awesome, especially when it comes to like just the energy, the vibe. A lot of having a good time, a lot of fun, playful energy, and believing in something bigger. The chiromancer comes up when you have to deliver some news or someone is delivering very important news to you. And it feels like the more you put it off, the harder it is. So it feels like you're going to have to just kind of deal with that. Deal with the news. It also indicates really important collaborations. Ooh, Pisces moon is perfect for this time. It's fantasies coming true. Let's see what we can see. Yes. Okay. The stingray developing a spine. The stingray doesn't have a very strong spine. You know, people who are stingrays they're very flexible, but they need to be standing tall and true to themselves. This feels like you have to own up to something. You have to stand true to yourself. There might be a time when you have to have a very important conversation this month. And it's about channeling that energy and having a spine, you know, being confident. Got the heart. This could have to do with love, with matters of the heart. I'm feeling a lot of this could be like needing to confess or needing to have a conversation with a relationship or romantic interest. I'm seeing like also a friend. This could be like a friend with benefits, but I'm seeing like having a really good time with a friend, like pleasure with a friend. It feels like this person wants to spend a lot of time with you. They want to have fun with you. This could be a time where you're feeling like this could be like a sensual experience. I keep getting dogs in this reading. Dogs. And it's constant. So I don't know if you have a dog or if that's something you're thinking of getting. But dogs represent friendship, loyalty. They're usually, you know, like their man's best friend. They usually represent like a undying friendship, something that is extremely powerful. This person will go the extra mile from you. This person wants to protect you. And this might be that person that you have to have this conversation with. But I'm seeing so much love to give. And the thing is, there might be something to do with protection because I'm seeing knots, you know, like protection, magic, not magic. Yeah. So it feels very much like this person wants to protect you. This person wants to keep things, yeah, like defend you. I'm getting a lot of defense, but I could see this person having feelings for you, like a friendship blossoming into something more, blossoming into something romantic. So I don't know if that resonates, but this feels like something platonic maybe becomes deeper, or something that is already sort of like interested. Hi, Angelique, I don't know. Welcome. We're doing Zodiac readings today. Overall, this feels like a very calm month. This feels peaceful. I don't see this being like, you know, a very like crazy, chaotic month. A lot of beautiful things happening, matters of the heart, friendships, feeling protected, feeling like you can experience joy and fantasies, and a lot of just feeling at peace, feeling chill. I just feel like this is a very important time for those conversations. So, yeah, that's coming through for you. Take that. I also feel like this might be a time where you cut your hair or there's some kind of like physical change. This is the cards are urging you to make a change. Make a change to either your appearance or your energy. There's something that needs to change, but it doesn't have to be drastic. I want to emphasize that because the vibe I'm getting is not like radical changes and shifts. I'm getting no steady sailing, lots of love, lots of warmth. May is like a hug, like a warm hug, a lot of support. But yeah, make a change. You have that power. And I see this maybe like a little, maybe you're going to get your ears pierced or something like that. I don't know. But this feels like some kind of like physical change, needing to make a shift. And sometimes when we do something like that, it makes us feel better. Not that the physical has anything to do with what's going on the inside, but sometimes it does. Sometimes it does make a difference. I feel like the truth needs to be put first. You know, the truth is center stage. Keep seeing like a hexagon, which often is a sign of truth. But it's also a sign of protection. So we have that protection again. It may feel like a shield around you. It's interesting. I could see like a father figure coming through as well. Somebody who is very strong in influencing your life. This person is going to be very prominent in May. I keep getting like a king. The king also has to do with privilege for some people. Really realizing how much control and power you have. So owning that power. But yeah, king can mean different things to different people. Could also represent a Leo. But let me see what the dice have to say. I like how I said Leo, and then the dice gave me Leo. And they also gave me the sun, which is ruled by Leo, and the fifth house. The fifth house, which is ruled by Leo. So Leo, 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 Leo. Leo is a big one. I love how I said that, and then I got Leo, like in all the dice. So take with that what you will, but Leo is a major symbol here. It does not happen like that. I don't think it's ever happened like that. Okay, then I have Yera. Yera represents divine timing, cycles. This is, you know, everything is cyclical, life is cyclical, and it feels like now is the time to reap the rewards of what you have sown. You know, now is the time to harvest it, to take what's yours, to manifest the things you desire. This is the time where things are not shifting, but things are coming into place. Cycles are going, life is lifing. Now, Yera can also represent marriage. It can represent like unions or official sort of events. So that might be something. But yeah. I'm excited. This is good. This is good. You know, I'm a Sagittarius rising, and I was thinking of trimming my hair a little bit, just a little bit. So maybe that's something. It's kind of, the split ends are kind of splitting. So Angelique, I don't know if that's how you say your name. We just did Sagittarius, literally. So if you want to rewind and do and look at the reading, then you should. I will post the timestamps as well. So now I'm going to do Aquarius Pisces Cusp, since I think Star Leva asked for it. I'm not taking super chat right now, Serena, unless it's like just a donation without any sort of, you know, expectations. But I'm not doing I'm only doing zodiac sign readings right now. So what is your zodiac sign? I'll add you to the list. All right. Aquarius. Okay. So after Aquarius, Pisces cusp, I'll do Aquarius. Perfect. Okay, Aquarius, Pisces cusp. Let's do it. The rainbow snake. Rainbow snake is a representation of creativity, of travel, of diversity. Let me see what comes through so we can narrow it down. Ooh. Interesting. First of all, this is going to be a very creative, interesting month. I'm seeing like you having a story to tell by the end of it. And when I say this month, I mean May. I see you having some kind of story to tell people. It's going to be interesting. I feel like there could be travel involved, but I feel like somebody may be deceiving you or lying to you. They're not being forthcoming with you. This person, you think this person is like your equal or they like you, but I'm seeing that this is not awesome. Oh, thank you, dark energy. Thank you. So this is not a simple month. I feel like you have to be careful who you trust, especially when it comes to either a mentor, like someone who wants to teach you something, or when it comes to your other half. There is some deception, somebody not wanting to face the consequences of their actions. Let me see. However, I feel like you're going to come out on top. I see you winning. I see you, like, if there is a battle that you're going through, you're winning at it. This is a time when I see you glowing. I see you making it out on top. And I actually see you getting some kind of award. So you could be rewarded or get an award for some kind of creative endeavor or artistic endeavor. This feels very exciting. It might feel like you get some kind of award and they're like plane tickets or something like that, but it feels like you're being awarded something. Interesting. Interesting. You need to trust your intuition here. It's the only thing you can count on, because I feel like someone very close to you is not being honest with you. And until you can sort that out, you're not going to get anywhere. Somebody wants your glory. They want your recognition. We have the medallion, which is telling me that you are going to be awarded something. There is something that you deserve. You deserve more. I feel like there's a lot that you won't see coming this month. There's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknown, and a lot of exploration. But you're going to be discovering a lot. I feel like this is a time of learning, of adventure. This is a time where things are being revealed to you, where this is not the time where things are super predictable and where you know where things are going. Your direction in life is up in the air. I see a chapter opening for you, but there's a lot you don't know. And these things, I see them being revealed throughout the month. Yeah, I'm seeing a nest. I'm seeing like a very secure place where you feel at home. I'm seeing a family that is very loving and loves you. I'm seeing peace, harmony. I feel like you might be adding trinkets or decor to your space. I'm seeing wind chimes. Wind chimes are a very calming kind of addition to your space, so that could have to do with it. I'm also seeing with Uruz, which is a rune, I see like a challenge that you're overcoming, something major, and I see you overcoming it. And especially when other people thought you wouldn't be able to do it, I see you actually like proving them wrong. I don't know if you're hiking, but I see a mountain. So that's something. Yes, this mountain. And I feel like the mountain is more than just a mountain. It represents like people that are associating with you that are very powerful, that are helping you move up. There's a dolphin. And I feel like with dolphins, they usually represent like people that share common interests with you, people in your corner. I'm seeing a journey where you feel very safe. You feel very loved. This could be like a travel. This could be, I see like someone trying to assist you, someone trying to help you on your journey. So this could be one of those powerful associates, you making friends in high places. But yeah, this is exciting. Maybe you're traveling to the sea or the beach. And I'm seeing like a lot of sunshine, a lot of heat coming through. Like this could be in your climate, like where, like the weather. But Sowilo, this rune, is the sunshine rune. And whenever you get this rune in a reading, you know that ultimately things are going to be okay. And all those hurdles that you face, they're going to work out. You're going to overcome them. There's so much peace, so much harmony, so much just like chilling. I see that this month you might not be leaving your house a lot, besides maybe the awards, or, but it feels like you're in your den, your nest, you're cozy, you know? Yay. All right, I'm gonna do Aquarius and then I'm gonna come back. I'm just gonna grab a bite, Aquarius. So, hey. You're welcome. Aquarius. Yes, yes. So, May is going to feel like a pressure cooker for you. It feels like so much pressure, but the thing is, you're the salamander, and the salamander is like built or is birthed in pressure. The salamander knows how to withstand the heat. They know how to deal with the pressure. I feel like they thrive in the pressure, and I see you remaining calm, cool, collected, and awesome despite everything you're going through. This is going to be a stressful month, not going to lie. There's some things that you're going to have to overcome. Let me look a little deeper. But I see a lack of balance that needs to be restored. The eagle comes up when you have challenges that you're facing, but they're all things that once you get through them, there is a bright sky to fly through. There's so much good from the eagle. It's like a spiritually enlightening card, but in order for you to be spiritually enlightened, you have to get through it. There are cracks and tears in your reality, and I feel like they're becoming more and more obvious this month. You're realizing that things are not as perfect as they seem, and there is a lot of pressure that is causing things to sort of crack, and for you to notice the fissures and the tears in your reality. So I feel like this is a time where you're realizing that the foundation you're on is not the steady, stable one that you want. However, you have what it takes to be that rock and withstand it and remain yourself calm, cool, and collected. It's just that you're going to have to deal with a little bit of chaos. Things have to blow up or fall apart before they get better. And that is the way of life. That is how we exist. This is not a period where I see you hanging out with all your friends. This is a period of reflection where you might feel like you have to be on your own a little bit to accomplish what you want to accomplish. But it's almost like a regrouping. You are the one who has the power to control your own life and save yourself here. I see that you basically have the power to fix it. And that is what the cards are saying. You have the power to fix you. You can't rely on other people to do that, because other people can't see the flaws or the details or the cracks and tears the way you can. Yeah, that makes sense. I see a tower. Now, towers and tarot are very much about things ending, radical change. However, I feel like it's more like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, where instead of like having that support and foundation, it's slowly tilting to the side. And that it doesn't mean that it's not standing tall, standing strong. I don't see things ending for you. I see you just having to deal with realizing that you don't necessarily have the foundation to build off of that you want, and you having to maybe go backwards and fix that. There are a lot of things that you have to overcome. That's the way it is. But I feel like when it comes to the material world, you're fine. I see money for you. I see like things coming through. Hi, Starbreaker. I see lots of like abundance when it comes to things. I see like you having a lot of things this month. I see gifts coming through. But I also see hills. This is not a flat ground. And when you're trying to build on hills, then it's much harder, right? It requires a very steady foundation. And I feel like you're trying to build your life on hills. So that is what I'm seeing. I love how I got the eagle and then I saw the eagle again in the cards. And the eagle often also represents, you know, a change in your residence, like a moving residence. I don't know if you're thinking about moving, but you might have to think about that. You might realize that the home life you have is not steady. It's not stable enough. But it also ultimately, like I said, leads to success, you know? I also feel I'm seeing things from your childhood coming up. I keep seeing like people from your past coming into your life. This could also have to do with like an old friend coming in. This could be the desire to spend more time with your family, but I feel like there's like childhood memories coming through that are influencing your now. So, yeah, I would say that's where we are at. One thing I'm going to do is roll the dice. Okay, so I am seeing Sagittarius, I'm seeing Aquarius, and I'm seeing Aries energy. So that is something coming through. And as far as the runes go, now these is the rune of need, you know, focusing on your needs, focusing on what is lacking in your life, trying to fill that before you can fill other things, trying to build, like I said, build that foundation. You need to make sure you're on even ground. So that is I might be feeling like you're on thin ice a little bit. But you are forged through fire. You know, the more pressure you're cooked under, I feel like the better it's going to be for you because you're going to come out on top and things are going to get better. This could also mean like, I keep hearing psychology or is it philosophy? So that might be a thing for you. But yeah, I'm interested to know where things go. Okay, so I appreciate everyone tuning in. I will be back. I'm a sun and rising Gemini. Scorpio moon. And Cancer Venus. Lovely. All right, well, I haven't done Gemini yet, so when I get back, I'll do Gemini. I'm just going to grab a snack because I can't read when I'm hangry. The readings turn sour very quickly. So I'm going to just, and also my computer is dying. So I'm going to plug in my computer, grab a quick snack, and then I'll be right back. But thank you for being here. I'm doing Zodiac readings today. So anybody who is, who wants to watch, so far I've done Sagittarius, Taurus, Pisces, Leo, Virgo Cusp, Virgo, Cancer, Aries, Libra, Scorpio Cusp, Libra, Capricorn, Aquarius cusp, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Pisces cusp, Aquarius, and next I'm doing Gemini. So I do not want to give you guys a bad reading by reading when I'm really hungry. And it is past lunch. Been on here a while. So I'm going to do that. It'll probably only be like less than 10 minutes. I'll probably just have grapes, to be honest. But I just want to be honest with you guys. So I'm going to plug my computer in. I'll be back. And if you guys want to rewatch anything, if there's any of those that I've already mentioned that is yours, you can always go back and watch it. And I will definitely timestamp things as soon as I'm done with this thing. So yay. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I am back. What are we doing? All right, so I'm doing Gemini next. Thank you, Slay. No, you're probably not here. Okay, so I'm not currently doing questions. I'm doing Zodiac readings. So I appreciate you guys being here for that. I'm doing Gemini next. Okay. I will timestamp everything. So just to be clear, I've done Sagittarius, Taurus, Pisces, Leo, Virgo Cusp, Virgo, Cancer, Aries, Libra, Scorpio Cusp, Libra, Capricorn, Aquarius Cusp, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Pisces Cusp, Aquarius, and now I'm doing Gemini. All right. I have a sore there. All right, here goes. Back on track. Gemini. So this is for the month of May. Doesn't look like anyone's there. The Garuda. So I feel like this is about activism or pride. Looks like 0 viewers. Anybody there? All right, I see you. Just making sure it didn't turn off. Okay. This is about vanquishing your foes, standing true to what you believe in. This is the time of being true to yourself. It may feel like now is the time for you to try a different career path, for doing something that you stand for, something that you're proud of. This feels very much like this is the time for you to hang up the mantle and try something new. Try some new direction when it comes to your career. Maybe doing something where you fight for what you believe in. I also feel like this is the time when you bring together people that may not share the same values as you, or people that you used to work with that you no longer work with but want to because you shared something with them. I see you taking control of your friend group, taking control of the situation regarding your friends. But you might have to be in the driver's seat of that. I feel like with the Otter, this is also about creating friendships that last, but people that you can have fun with. I feel like you're going to make friends in the oddest of places. This is about your found family. I feel like you're also going to fuck up a lot this time. There's a feeling of destruction, of needing to destroy things that are important in order for new things to come about and new exciting situations to happen. Yes. Okay. I'm going to try to be quicker because I don't see the Gemini here. But yeah, it feels like there's a lot that's up in the air for you. It feels like there's a whole future that you just don't know about. There's a whole future that you have yet to prepare for and figure out. I keep seeing a candle. I'm seeing you being shown the way, you being lit up like a candle. And I feel like maybe lighting some candles might be good for you. I feel like you're like a butterfly and you're transforming, metamorphosing. This is a new stage in your life that's really exciting. And it's just about new horizons, new ventures, and really creating the life that you want and a life that you're proud of. I keep seeing pride. I keep seeing like fighting for something that you're proud of. There's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world. And I feel like you have to stand up for your beliefs here. You are not the damsel in distress. You are not the victim. This is a time where you are growing and glowing and letting yourself be your own like warrior, be your own knight in shining armor. Be your own savior. I feel like a lot of people may have been treating you like you can't take care of things on your own or you're not good enough. But let me tell you, you are. You are. This is a time where you're able to build a new life project. Hi, Jessa. Oh, hi, pumpkins. I'm doing just general zodiac readings today. I already did Taurus and I did Cancer. So if you rewind, you can watch those. But right now I'm on Gemini. If you see, yes, I feel like I'm seeing like a building. I'm seeing multiple stories. It feels like a brick building. And I feel like you're just building up brick by brick. I did do Libra, so you can also go back and watch that, pumpkins. But I will be posting timestamps after this so everyone can watch theirs back if they want. I keep seeing this candle, and this candle represents like enlightenment. It represents this need to light up your way. It may feel like you're in the dark, but this is the time when you are lighting up your way. Hi, Sammy. Welcome, welcome. So, yeah. I see Libra, I see Aquarius, and I see Aries energy. So Libra, Aquarius, Aries. Interesting. And I also see, actually, I'll show you. This is Tiwaz, the rune of boldness, of bravery. This is about fighting for what you believe in and putting a cause that is greater than yourself on the line. So that is what I would say for you. I feel you. All right. So I did. So Gemini, I did Cancer. I did. Okay, I did Aries, Taurus. So far I've done Sagittarius, Capricorn Cusp, Taurus, Pisces, Leo, Virgo Cusp, Virgo, Cancer, Aries, Libra, Scorpio Cusp, Libra, Capricorn, Aquarius Cusp, Sagittarius, and Aquarius, Pisces Cusp, Aquarius, and Gemini. So I did Pisces already, Sammy. So if you want to go back and watch that, you can. I'll also post the timestamps when I'm done with this live so you can find it more easily. All right, putting all the cards back. Hi, Stillfire. I'm doing the signs. So I guess I did Aries. If I'm going in order, since no one is sharing their sign, that hasn't been done before. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo would be after this. So Leo, I'll do Leo next. Leo, Leo, Leo. I did Taurus already, Stillfire, so you might have to rewind and watch that. All right, Leo. Ooh, the werewolf reverse. This is giving me that this month is very like psychological, like mental health maybe at the forefront of this month. It feels like a little chaotic, like two sides of yourself at war, two parts of your life incompatible with another. And it might feel like you have been hiding your true feelings or your true intentions to try to keep it together. But let me tell you, that's not doing you any favors. Remove the mask, okay? Remove the mask this month. This is your time. I feel like you've been projecting something onto yourself. Ooh, I have the bat here. The bat is telling me you're at a crossroads in life. You might have to let go of something very important to you in order for you to move forward, but it feels like a very important decision that needs to be made. And now is the time to alleviate yourself. I'm seeing truth being the ultimate thing. You needing the truth, you needing honesty, you needing clarity. It feels like in order for you to get that, you might have to confront some things. You might have to stop hiding your true self, and you might have to let yourself get a little wild. Become that werewolf. We've got the father. This card is giving me this. This could be a father figure playing a part in what's going on with you, or needing the truth with your father. Maybe you've been projecting something to be a good father. But there's a lot you just don't know. A lot you can't see coming. And it's hard. I feel like what people are seeing of you is not necessarily like everything. It's only the tip of the iceberg. You know, I feel like a lot of what you're hiding, it's like the majority of it is underneath. You know how in an iceberg something is underneath? Like there's majority of the iceberg is under the water, and then you just have the tip out of the water. People are seeing the tip of you, right? So they're not seeing the full you. I think I'm getting like some kind of thing on my mouth. I don't know. Okay. I see like an admirer somebody maybe giving you a gift. It feels like somebody is either giving you flowers or giving you a gift of some kind, compliments. I keep seeing like a bouquet of flowers. It also might feel like you just want to go to the bar and have a drink and just have fun. I keep seeing like ale, and I don't know, like kind of like a thing of ale. So that's weird. Because you know that the hard work is not over, that there is a lot ahead of you that you're going to have to work at. I keep seeing you on like a table and you feeling like you have to put things on this table. Like, I don't know why, but it feels like maybe your cards on the table, or what is this table, this foundation, and how can this table be used? Interesting. I keep seeing this need to like unplug, relax, chill. You might have to take some time away from social media, take some time to yourself. I'm getting Virgo, Gemini, Libra, and Cancer energy. There's somebody causing you like unnecessary tension and anxiety. It feels like it's so unnecessary. And there's so much tension. I don't know if you guys, can you hear that outside? There's like a lawnmower going off. My neighbors. Sorry about that. Let me know if it's too annoying. I might have to come back on another time. Yeah, it feels like knots in your back, like tension in your muscles. Interesting. I wonder how you can alleviate those things. And a big part of that is to unplug, relax. I feel like social media is getting to you. It might feel like technology is becoming too much, you know? Yeah, it makes sense. Let's see what else. Okay. I'm seeing this wedge, and I've seen this in other readings today, so it might be a collective message, but it feels like there's a wedge in your life. Somebody might be trying to wedge their way into your life, or they're trying really hard. They're trying really, really hard to. It might feel like you're stuck, that you're stuck in between something. You could be the wedge, is what I'm getting with you. So I don't know, but yeah, it feels like you're the wedge here. Like you're stuck in between something. All right, I'm going to pull a rune. I'm getting Gabo, which is the rune of love, of hugs. I feel like you just need a hug. You need a warm, cozy hug. So hug who you can. I'm also seeing a gift coming through. Gabo is the rune of gifts. Somebody might want to be giving you a gift or receiving a gift. This could also indicate like an important contract that needs to be signed. All right, so I'm moving forward. The grapes did help, Starbreaker. Thank you. Okay, Leo, I did Virgo. I did Libra. Wait, did I do Virgo? Yeah, I did Virgo. Libra. Scorpio is next. Jessa, thank you so much for the compliment, but I'm not doing any personal questions today. So I appreciate that you're here, but I'm just doing zodiac readings. Yeah, so Scorpio would be next. So for those of you who tune in, oh, thank you, Jessa. I will definitely be back to do, personal readings sometime. So you just tuned in at the wrong time. So I did Sagittarius, Taurus, Pisces, Leo, Virgo Cusp, Virgo, Cancer, Aries, Libra, Scorpio Cusp, Libra, Capricorn, Aquarius Cusp, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Pisces Cusp, Aquarius, Gemini, Leo, and Scorpio. Well, I'm doing Scorpio now. So moving on. I got all of these cards just everywhere. I'm the most disorganized reader. All right, Scorpio. Yes. Ha! Ha ha! I'm getting a lot of laughter, a lot of jokes. Life is funny. This month is going to be about being funny. Yeah. This is going to be a fun month. Not going to lie. I feel like a lot of laughing, a lot of jokes. Let's see. Ooh. The problem is that you're very focused. I see you being very, very focused on one thing. And is laughter and jokes conducive to that? I don't know. Maybe you're focused on a career in comedy. I don't know. But this feels like you have a destination and you're trying to achieve it. Thank you, guys. This is very sweet of you. This feels like you're trying to achieve it. This feels like you're trying to be very determined, very sure of yourself, and you've got blinders on because you don't want to get distracted. But there is laughter, there's jokes, there's fun, there's silliness. Okay. Good times, good times. Let's see what else comes up. Interesting. Somebody, most likely you, is dealing with some negativity. And it's interesting because it could be like dark humor is what I'm seeing. Like in order to get through what you're going through, you might have to get sarcastic or like ironic or some like dark humor. There is darkness that is clouding that humor. So how can you find the balance between humor and staying true on your path? How can you find that focus? If I'm not stopping as much to interact, it's because I don't think I can finish them all if I stop too much. So many distractions this month when all you want to do is get to your destination. Seeing a lover coming through, someone who really, really wants to be with you, but there's drama. And I'm seeing this person wanting to like connect with you, contact you, be around you, but there's drama. And I see this happening where you feel like the only way that you can get through it is to be like lighthearted, is to have humor, is to have jokes. Maybe you share a sense of humor with this person. But you are not a damsel in distress. You can get out of the situation if you really wanted to. You can grow, you can blossom. You are not some dandelion that is weak. You are a robust sunflower and you're going to be able to be okay. I feel like all the stuff that you've been working towards, it's going to pay off, but you're going to have to deal with these distractions. I'm seeing lots of distractions coming through for you. I feel like there's a lot to celebrate too this month. A lot of different things. There's a lot to celebrate, a lot of things to laugh about. It feels like there's a very intense celebration, especially when it comes to love. This could be like a marriage, a wedding. This could be celebrating like a reunion. I'm seeing a dog that is like running towards you. This could be like a friend that you're reuniting with. Um, there's a lot of, now I'm not a lawyer or anything, but there could be like some kind of decision with the law that is being made. It feels like a very important decision, or maybe you are dealing with the law of some kind. But I also see like a man. There is this man that's coming through. This person has a lot to say. This could be a relationship with a man. But yeah, it feels like there are a lot of different components here. I'm seeing Virgo, I'm seeing Aquarius, and I'm seeing Cancer. Exactly. I feel like you even could be psychic, or there's some kind of ability that you are manifesting, like a psychic awakening of some kind. And this is definitely coming through as far as like what else you could be dealing with, as far as any kind of distractions. That was the word. I keep seeing a UFO. So, like, maybe you're going to have contact with the extraterrestrial. I don't know about that, but there's a lot of talk about the astronauts and stuff. I feel like the UFO can mean a lot of different things, but it feels like a phenomena, you know? One thing I want to say about that darkness is I keep seeing like gallows. It feels like this could be an omen of some evil force in your life. And I don't say this to scare you. I say this as kind of like a premonition that something to be wary of. This could have to do with the law, that situation with the law. But yeah, I would look into this. That makes sense. I keep seeing like a hangman, and in tarot, the hangman represents sacrifices. It represents, being like kind of just hanging there, not moving forward or backwards, having to kind of be in limbo. So that could be it as well. But yeah, focus on the good, focus on the celebrations, stay true to your path. You got this. Don't let yourself be distracted if you can, but obviously, life's life. Life is lifing no matter what. Okay. Interesting path ahead, Scorpio. All right, we did Scorpio. So we did Sagittarius, Taurus, Pisces, Leo, Virgo Cusp, Virgo, Cancer, Aries, Libra, Scorpio Cusp, Libra, Capricorn, Aquarius Cusp, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Pisces Cusp, Aquarius, Gemini, Leo, Scorpio. And I did Sagittarius. So I'm doing Capricorn next. We're getting there. All right, Capricorn. My energy is waning. Capricorn. Month of May. This is the kind of card that I get. More grapes. No, but I will take a drink of water. This is the kind of card that I get when like someone is very focused on their project. This kind of reminds me of J.K. Rowling when she said how she wrote Harry Potter. She like booked an Airbnb or something in the middle, like a remote Airbnb, and just focused on her work and removed any distractions. And with the Sasquatch, I love this card. I feel like that's kind of where it is. A lot of nature, a lot of going out maybe to a remote place, hiking, but it feels like you need to clear your head. You need to focus, and you need to get very clear on what you want. And that is the main message, is just to be very focused, very clear on what you want. Remove any stressors. Realize that this is a time where you are manifesting. I feel like there's something that you've been meaning to share. I feel like you're a very private person. There's a lot of privacy. Privacy is a big thing here. Maybe needing to go by yourself and needing to prepare so that you can share something. I feel like with the oyster, there's a secret. Secrets are coming to light, needing to share something or get something off your chest. The shadow, maybe doing some shadow work, realizing that you don't have to be this outgoing person that everyone sees for you to make a difference. There's a lot of darkness within you, and that's okay, especially with Capricorn. Capricorn's ruled by Saturn. There's a dark shadow sometimes that Capricorns experience, where they realize that they have to go through life on their own. They're very ambitious, very independent. But this is like, go off on a retreat. Go off and do your own thing so that you can bring it to the world and show it. Your plans make sense. You know, you might have to self-isolate. You might have to prepare. But you have so much going for you. And I feel like time in nature, unplugging, that's important. So you can do your craft. All right. I keep hearing pick up where you left off. This is the time where you're taking ideas that you had previously and you're reusing them. You don't have to think of something from scratch. So that is a message. But it does feel like you need to be honest with yourself. You may be kind of in denial about something and not fully accepting something about yourself. You need to be honest with yourself. You need a vacation. You need a vacation. This could be going on a retreat. This could be going to a remote island. This could be going to a cabin somewhere. This feels like you need a vacation. You need a break so you can work on these little things, so you can find privacy, so you can create a sanctuary. I keep seeing you like doing something from your childhood, like flying a kite or, having a good time. It feels like something silly, like a game that you used to play, but something that makes you feel free. It makes you feel like yourself. Nurture that inner child. I keep seeing a grasshopper. Maybe there's someone in your ear, kind of like in Pinocchio, trying to, or was that a cricket? But anyway, I feel like a grasshopper is very similar. There is this feeling of somebody whispering in your ear, somebody telling you things. And it feels like with the grasshoppers are also a sign of luck, of good luck, but you have to keep the grasshopper close for it to be lucky. And I see you getting recognition for the thing that you put this effort into. The thing you go off on a remote island to do, it feels like you're getting recognition. You're getting rewarded for what you have put into it. I'm seeing a basket, full of things. This could be like a gift basket. It could be like the basket of a cornucopia kind of thing. But it feels like a plentiful situation. Could be a picnic basket. Maybe you want a picnic. But yeah, I see you recognized for your efforts. Exactly, pumpkins. All right. I could see you like winning something. This not the lottery necessarily, but like winning money, winning finances. Feels like you're winning a prize. And I'm also seeing a kangaroo. Kangaroos have a lot to do with like like their pouch. There's a feeling of like home and safety. So I feel like this is a sign of like coziness, of harmony at home. I could see you finding lost money. But yeah, this is not a bad reading at all, You have to look at the shadows. You have to look at like the things that aren't necessarily beautiful. You have to accept those things about yourself and do the shadow work in order for you to thrive. And let me see. Yeah, so I'm getting Capricorn, Pisces, and Cancer energy. Capricorn, Pisces, and Cancer. I see mysteries being resolved, surprises coming to light. So that's interesting. Something very unexpected. All right. I feel like that's good. Did we do all of them? Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Woo! We did it. All right, I am stopping this now, but I will post all the timestamps, and as soon as I eat some more grapes and get some rest, and then I will be back at some point. But this was fun. This was fun. I don't know if this kind of thing is like doing these live zodiac readings are as useful, because I feel like it's better to interact with people one-on-one, like answer their questions maybe. And I can do zodiac readings recorded instead. But yes, cosmic hugs to you as well. Until next time. Yay. All right. See you guys later.